Bitcoin price surge may be driving up interest in China's digital yuan. Central bank that has obvious interest in it says interest in the digital yuan could be being driven by Bitcoin. A number of central banks around the world are exploring issuing their own digital currencies, though China is arguably the furthest ahead. China's digital yuan is an example of a central bank digital currency, CBDC, I guess that's going to be a thing, which aims to replace some of the cash in circulation. Is the article correct? Dan, Eve, is China more interested in the digital yuan now that Bitcoin is suddenly popular?
I think they're misconstruing the fundamentals here, and they're going like Bitcoin's pumping, maybe the yuan's going to pump. No. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. No, I think for China, this is for Chinese people. This is surely this is kind of a good thing in a way that Bitcoin is obviously doing really well, and it's kind of reigniting that fire and China's always been kind of, there was a lot of mining in China in the early days. It's still fairly focused there, but if the yuan comes out, then it's giving more legitimacy to Bitcoin, and so it kind of makes it an easier stepping stone, right? It's easier to transfer, say USDC to Bitcoin than it is the normal USD without it being, tokenized. So maybe it's just going to open up the ballpark a bit more and make that trading route a lot more free. But obviously the downside is that they're going from a control perspective. It's cashless payments, which sounds all good, but it's all about they're selling it on conveniency, etc. But it's more about traceability and control from their side. And obviously, PBOC is always bit controlling when it comes to the cash side of things. Hence why they're always so up and down with we're banning Bitcoin and we aren't. But yeah, I think it's the market interest is obviously strong over there for Bitcoin as it is, and a digitized currency is not too far away. Where WeChat was a huge thing. It's like over here getting people to use. Even with Lightning, so simple and just showing a QR code, which often is the payment's made before it's even your eyes can see that the camera scanned it and made the payment. It's that quick. And so, but over here, we're not used to that. We're not used to these kind of QR code payments. And that's why, I think it's probably a bit easier moving into that zone for the Chinese, people in China, because they're used to things, QR codes, WeChat, and electronic payments. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of I'm too much of an optimist, but I think it's kind of a good thing, because I see it as an easier gateway into Bitcoin.
Well, we don't want anyone pulling their yuan out, even if it is a digital one. Rodolfo, let's go to you. Your thoughts on China's CBDC, central bank digital currency. I have to unmute Rodolfo. Sorry. Oh, still muted. Let's try it one more time.
Okay. Sorry. It was me. I consider that actually the currency that will be pushed is the digital yuan. So even though today you might have Bitcoin eventually, I really don't think so, but you could have this Bitcoin attraction push people into, let's see this digital currency from our country, China, and let's check it if it's similar or not. But it's already been said that it's not. Yes. I think that the one that will be pushed to be adopted is the digital yuan. So in the short term, who will benefit of this experience of being there and understanding that finally it's traceability, it's manipulation and other stuff, will be the Chinese people that were pushed to go to the digital yuan, and then they will understand why Bitcoin is different. So I consider that all these CBDCs are more beneficial for Bitcoin than a problem to it. Yes, I consider that the digital yuan today is alone, but they will fight economically and geopolitically with the euro digital and the US digital and all the other digital currencies, more efficient to access to them than it was before for international commerce and countries. So I think that the fight will be against the CBDCs, and all the debris of that fight will go to Bitcoin. So if today Bitcoin is pushing this yuan, who knows? I think it doesn't, but actually it's always a short term, and we need to see, when we think in Bitcoin, we need to see in the long term. And I absolutely 100% sure that in the long term, all these CBDCs will drive attention to Bitcoin.
Martin, is Rodolfo right? Is the digital yuan a gateway drug to Bitcoin? Maybe we should ban the digital yuan before it's too late. Martin Wismar, go ahead, Martin.
The digital yuan will be centralized. It will not be like Bitcoin. But China has this unique problem, as Dan just pointed out, is that everybody uses WeChat, Alipay. Nobody uses cash anymore. And if you take a taxi, a cab ride in one of the big cities, they've got little advertisement signs, and that's signs that say cash is still legal tender, or, cash is still money, because people don't even use it anymore. So the government there realizes that they either lose control over cash because it's all done by private corporations, or they introduce something that people will use. And this is, I think, is one of the reasons of the big move. The second one is, of course, obviously having control over people, because, we'll have to send you to a re-education camp because you visited your dealer twice last week, so stuff like that will happen, and it's all about control. So in my opinion, digital currencies aren't really nice because it's all about control. That's why I like Bitcoin, and the rest, no, thank you. So Europe will take another 4 years. The European Central Bank is said in a statement this week. So it will take another 4 years before they can even start a pilot project. So China is definitely leading the pack, and I think you'll see interest in Chinese currency increase because of this. We'll probably implement it on our ATMs long before the European Central Bank decides that they will have their own ECB, CBD type of currency or whatever. I always CBD was the stuff which doesn't get you high and it's in the droplets, right? And the other one was the central bank digital currency. I always mix those two up for some reason, but
that's CBD, and then CBGBs is a punk rock club from the 1970s. So yeah.
So yeah, I think it is good in a way that it will make people realize why they want Bitcoin, because once cash is gone and it's become this dystopian digital currency, we monitor every move you make type of currency, nobody wants that. So the first thing they'll do is just bring it to their local ATM, swap it out from some extra expensive Bitcoin by that time, and then regain freedom, or Monero or whatever other privacy coin there is out there. So